Warning: I do not recommend the following practice if you are struggling with or are prone to struggle with psychosis, derealization, depression, or any other severe mental health issue. If you are new to this channel, please do not start here, but begin instead with my daily wellness empowerment program. Please only practice these experiments in transcendence when your mental health is stable enough. Experiences of transcendence are meant to be built on the foundation of a grounded, loving, and happy life, not as substitutes to it. With these experiments in transcendence, never force. Do not adopt a practice which does not inspire you. Do not push yourself beyond your comfort zone. Always listen to how you feel and be ready to stop at any time if the experience starts to become unsettling, scary, or depressing. Thank you for taking this warning seriously, and thank you for taking your mental health seriously. The only aim of the experiment you're about to make, just like the only aim of all other experiments in transcendence on this channel, is to help you familiarize yourself with the bliss of letting go. Please do not think of the concepts you will hear in this video as truths to hold on to. Do not use them as arguments to win debates or rationalizations for harmful behavior. Again, the only reason why you are doing this experiment is to familiarize yourself with the bliss of letting go. Letting go here refers to the loosening up and releasing of attachment, identification, and conceptualization, psychological processes which bind the mind in fear and agitation. This letting go is, according to the Buddha, the highest happiness one can experience. When we let go, we get in touch with the transcendental space in the present moment. In this space, there is presence, freshness, lightness, brightness, peace, purity, freedom, and safety. Although this space is available anytime, anywhere, it is easier to begin getting acquainted with it in a quiet place, free from distractions. Please set your device to Do Not Disturb. This is a sacred moment. Keep your mind calm and awake. The more awake the mind, the sharper the understanding. The sharper the understanding, the deeper the letting go. And the deeper the letting go, the higher the bliss. Hi friends, Condensed Anapanasati is a simple yet powerful meditation technique I created based on the original teachings of the Buddha. In this technique, we'll be paying attention to our natural in and out breath. You can notice your breath at the nose, chest, diaphragm, abdomen, or a combination of this. It doesn't really matter, so please feel free to choose whichever feels most comfortable to you. Gently tune into the sensations of the breath while making sure you're not controlling the breath. So when you notice your mind contracting and controlling, loosen it up. And when you notice your mind logging out of the breath, gently bring it back. You want to be in the sweet spot where you are aware of the breath without controlling it. Keep your mind steady on the breath, patiently, breath after breath. Also, to make your meditation more enjoyable, please smile. Smile gently with your lips. Then smile with your eyes. You may also want to experiment with smiling with your brain. Then smiling with your nervous system. And finally smiling with your whole body. While following your breath and smiling gently, you will be counting your out breath up to 7. And instead of 8, 9, 10, you will be mentally saying inconstant, unreliable, inappropriable before going back to 1. So for the sake of demonstration, I will use my hand to show you how I'm breathing, and I'll be thinking out loud, but in practice, of course, you will be still and silent. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, inconstant, unreliable, inappropriable. One, two, and so on and so forth. I'm following the pace of my natural breath, but please, of course, do it at your own pace. Remember, this is not about controlling the breath, but gently tuning into and following the breath as it is. Enjoying the breath as it is. This is level 1 of Condensed Anapanasati. In level 1, you don't have to reflect on the meaning of the words. You're just following your breath, smiling gently, and on the out breath, you're mentally saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, inconstant, unreliable, inappropriable before going back to 1. Practice it for as long as you need to do it well. By doing it well, I mean that for at least a few minutes in a row, you can be aware of the breath, enjoy the breath, you're not missing any count, and you remember those 3 words correctly. When you can do this comfortably for a few minutes, you're ready to move to level 2. In level 2, we're doing the exact same thing, except now we are conceptualizing a bit less and experiencing a bit more. We are sinking deeper into our lived experience. So when counting the breath, allocate less mental energy to the counting and more to the sensations of the out breath itself. Truly feel the out breath. And when you come to inconstant, don't just think about the word, but notice the inconstant nature of everything happening both inside and around you, such as your bodily sensations, the sounds, the sights if your eyes are open, your thoughts, and so on. See how everything is changing right during the time of this out breath. Most of the time our attention is scattered, so we don't see that things are changing, whether in coarse or subtle ways. Sitting still, paying attention to your natural breath and smiling gently, you are refining your awareness. And when your awareness is refined enough, you can notice the changes that are happening, the subtle changes that are happening. Your mind is in the flow. So you're not just saying the word mentally, you are experiencing, you are noticing the inconstancy happening in you and around you during the time of this out breath. And with the next out breath, notice how things, being inconstant, are unreliable. Your sensation, the sounds, sights, the thoughts, people, and things around you are always changing, so you can't rely on them. You can't keep them the way you want. You can't always predict how they're going to be. And you realize that the more you cling to changing things, the more you set yourself up for frustration. As a natural consequence of noticing the unreliable nature of things, both inside and around you, your mind will cling less and open up more. So you are entering into the bliss of letting go. And with the following out breath, notice how things, being unreliable, are inappropriable. Inappropriable means you can't appropriate them. You can't claim ownership over your body, sensations, thoughts, the sounds, the sights, people, and things, because you can't rely on them. How could there be sovereignty, meaning full control, over things which are by nature unreliable? As you notice the inappropriable nature of all phenomena, your mind will cling even less and open up even more. So you're going deeper even deeper into letting go, and the bliss is intensifying. As you come back to counting from 1 to 7, fully let go of the concepts and only pay attention to your out breath. Even though you're not bringing up the concepts to your awareness, trust that they are still doing their job in your subconscious and that you will pick them back up later. It's important that you practice the first 7 out breaths well, because if your mind is not calm and connected to the present moment enough, your contemplation will be too intellectual and thus less effective, less liberating. I understand that the 3 words may not resonate with everyone, so I'd like to share here some acceptable alternatives you may want to use. Instead of inconstant, you can say changing or impermanent. Instead of unreliable, you can say ungraspable, uncertain, or unpredictable. And instead of inappropriable, you can say unownable or sovereignless. The words unownable and sovereignless don't exist in a dictionary, but everyone can understand them, and they describe accurately what we're trying to see through this technique. Please take time to decide which 3 words you would like to use before practicing the technique. So either inconstant, changing, or impermanent, either unreliable, ungraspable, uncertain, or unpredictable, and either inappropriable, unownable, or sovereignless. So for example, you could choose to practice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, changing, ungraspable, sovereignless. Or you could choose to practice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, inconstant, unreliable, unownable. Either choice would be good, as long as it resonates with you. Of course, you will integrate better and better the meaning of the word as you practice them. So if they don't resonate fully yet, please don't worry too much. Just take this practice on board and it will grow the more you use it. Please do not make up your own words outside of this list, because they will most probably not conform with what we are trying to see. Also, make sure you use them in the given order, because they are a logical demonstration. It's because things are inconstant that they are unreliable. And it's because things are unreliable that they are inappropriable. If you're not sure which words to choose, just go with my default suggestion: inconstant, unreliable, inappropriable. If you're not a native English speaker and would like to practice this technique in your mother tongue, please check out the document available in the link below. So again, in level 2, you're still mentally saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, inconstant, unreliable, inappropriable on the out breath. But you're sinking deeper in your meditation by allocating less energy to the thoughts and concepts and more to the experience itself. Through this technique, we want to notice that all phenomena, whether outside or inside, material or immaterial, in the past, present, or future, are by nature inconstant, unreliable, and inappropriable. We want to understand this not just intellectually, but experientially. This is not about thinking, this is about seeing. This is not autosuggestion. This is a direct encounter with reality. And the only aim of this practice, as I explained in the introduction, is to experience the bliss of letting go. The more we understand that everything is inconstant, unreliable, and inappropriable, the more our mind can loosen up its tendency towards conceptualization, attachment, and identification. We allow consciousness to disentangle itself from the story at the center of our experience, which constantly says, I am someone and I need something. There's a lot of space around this story, and this space is so much more enjoyable. Letting go into this space, there is an experience of freedom, peace, and bliss. Please do not take my words for it. Give this technique a serious try and see for yourself. Once you feel fully comfortable in level 2, you can move to level 3. In level 3, we will be sinking even deeper into our experience by abandoning both counting and words. No more concepts, only direct experience. So with each in and out breath, see with awakened understanding how everything is inconstant, unreliable, and inappropriable. This includes your meditation itself. Remember, your meditation is also inconstant, unreliable, and inappropriable. Keep your mind connected to the present moment. Allow it to open and enjoy the bliss of letting go. If you slip away from level 3, gently call the concepts back to mind once: inconstant, unreliable, inappropriable. Keep your mind connected to the present moment. Allow it to open and enjoy the bliss of letting go. I wish you much success with this technique. The most important is you do level 1 correctly, sitting down in a quiet place, follow your natural breath, smile gently, and on the out breath, mentally say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, inconstant, unreliable, inappropriable, before going back to 1. Levels 2 and 3 are just the natural consequences of doing this well. Please let me know in the comments, how did this technique go for you? Which level did you reach? If you experienced the bliss of letting go, and if you have any question. Condensed Anapanasati. Level 1. Sitting down in a quiet place, follow your natural breath, smile gently, and on the out breath, mentally say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, inconstant, unreliable, inappropriable, before going back to 1. Level 2. Same as level 1, but allocate less mental energy to the counting and concepts and more to the direct experience. Level 3. Drop all counting and concepts. With each in and out breath, see everything as inconstant, unreliable, and inappropriable. Sink in the bliss of letting go.